Hello, and I would like to start by focusing on some of the main concepts that we have covered in our previous section. We said that the Primavera P6 is a project schedule management system, which is mainly used for project portfolio management or PPM. Now, we know that the project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, and result. And we also said that the program is a group of related projects that are managed centrally. When we say that it's a group of related projects, that means the projects that are having the common characteristics. Now, if we look at the portfolio definition, we said that the portfolio is a combination of projects, programs, and sub-portfolios. Then we discussed about the OBS. OBS is an organizational breakdown structure. We said that OBS is a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy of people responsible for doing the project work. We break down the OBS into divisions, departments, teams, and the team members. And also we have discussed about the EPS or enterprise project structure. It's also a hierarchy. It's a hierarchy of the projects. Basically, it consists of the similar projects that are having the common characteristics. In other words, programs and the enterprise project structure or EPS looks similar in a way that they both deal with the projects that are having the common characteristics. I mean to say that the both are consisting of the projects that are having the common characteristics or that are related in fact. A certain EPS can have sub-EPS under it, and we can have the parent EPS node and the children EPS nodes in the hierarchy. Then we also discussed that a project can be broken down into small parts or sections. This is called work breakdown structure or WBS. WBS is in fact consists of the small portions of the project work that are referred as a WBS elements or work packages sometimes. We can further divide the WBS elements or work packages into small actions which are called activities. And in this case, activities are the lowest in the hierarchy. Okay, so far so good. So let's move forward and focus on our today's topic. Now, in this lesson, we'll go through the interface of Primavera P6. I mean the P6 look and feel. We will have overall view of the main menu and other options once we log into the Primavera P6 for the first time. And our goal will be to have discussion on the different portions of the default screen. We'll see location of the toolbars that are present at the left-hand side, right-hand side, and upper side of the default screen. We'll also discuss about the main menu, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy the lesson. Okay, so let's finally get started. Okay, now let's launch the software by clicking Primavera P6 icon on our desktop. As you see here, we can also access and can launch the software by clicking on the Windows Start button. And in the programs here, we have Oracle Primavera P6 folder. And from there, we can click on P6 Professional icon to launch the software. I mean, we can access the username and password window as you can see here in front of us. Now, our username is admin, and in the password, I will type my password. In most cases, it is by default, it is admin as well. Let me remind you of the fact that if we have more than one database, then under that database field, as you see here, I need to click on the small button and it will open up the edit database connection window. As you see, I have two databases set it up, but I will be selecting the Primavera P6 Professional 3SD database, which I have set it up for the training purposes. I will click on this, and on the right side, as you see, I will click on select button. I have already typed my username and password there, so I will click on OK button now. It is opening up a Primavera P6 Professional welcome dialog box after a few seconds, as you see now. Now, in this welcome screen from the top, I have select project portfolio option. The currently selected portfolio if I want to modify, I can click on the button to select a different portfolio if needed, but I will leave it to all projects at this time. Now, if you see here, the next one is create new button. If I click on this button, it will start the create a new project wizard for adding a new project into the Primavera P6 project database. And the new project is added to the current portfolio only. I mean, under select project portfolio, if we select the project portfolio as manufacturing projects, and then we'll click on create a new project or create new button, then the new project will be added under the manufacturing projects portfolio only. Now, next comes the open existing button, which is used to open an existing project, and it displays the open project dialog box for selecting an existing project to open. And again, it will open up the projects that are listed in the current portfolio only. Now, the open last button, it is used to open the last project we have used. But please note that this button is disabled and is grayed out if the current portfolio does not contain any projects that we have opened last. I mean, if we have not opened any project previously in the Primavera P6 Professional. Now, after that, we have Open Global Data button. Now, this Open Global Data button, it opens the software without opening or creating a project database. Next, we have Do Not Show this window again. Now, if you click on this check mark or if you click on this box, then the Primavera P6 Professional dialog box will not appear next time whenever we start up the Primavera P6 Professional. Please remember, and it's important to note that we can change or modify the default startup window to any other window such as the work breakdown structure or activities window. Now, in order to do that, from the main menu, we can select the edit menu, and in the edit menu, we have the preferences options there. In the application tab, we can select a different window in the application startup field as needed. And we will be discussing this in more details in our coming discussions. Now, in order to move further, let's open our software now. I will click on Open Global Data button. As we said earlier that the Open Global Data button, it opens up the Primavera P6 software without opening or creating a new project in the project database. Okay, great. So we are already in now. Like any other Windows application, Oracle Primavera P6, it have main menu at the top, and it is used to access most of the functions of the Oracle Primavera P6. I mean, the main menu, the menu across the top of the screen, it has several other menu options, and it consists of the following menus, which are File, Edit, View, Project, Enterprise, Tools, Admin, and Help. The main screen also contains toolbars across the top, left, and right-hand sides. Don't forget that in the Primavera P6, we can also access all of the functionality available in the software, and that can be accessed from the toolbars and menus. Now, you please note that these toolbars contains icons which provide quick ways to access parts of the Primavera P6. And these toolbars, these icons are highly customizable. We can move any set of tools to any other toolbar. We can create a toolbar across the bottom of the page if required. Now, you please note that we cannot hide the main menu from the view, but yes, on the other hand, the individual toolbars can be made hidden or it can be customized as needed. As you can see, the main window, it has three parts. The area on the upper left side is called as the table view or the project view in this case. It is showing the list of projects, project portfolios, and the EPS, which is called as the enterprise project structure. Now, the area in the bottom of the screen, it is called project detail form. And here you can see the various tabs like journal, dates, funding, details, and there are many more. Now all these provides detailed information about the project, such as project name, start and finish dates, funding resources, default settings, etc. Now if required, these tabs can be customized and more options can be added or removed by right mouse click on any of the tabs. Now the portion on the upper right side, it is called the Gantt chart view, which is used to show the start and end dates of the activities, projects, and portfolios. Now by clicking on any of the bar, it will show project details in the bottom window, in the detailed form below. Now you please don't worry about remembering all of these details right now. As you learn and use the menu and become more familiar with the Primavera P6 software, then this interface will become easier for you to navigate. So what we have learned from all this discussion, that we have three major portions in this screen. We have table view on the left side, Gantt chart view on the right side, and down below we have detailed form. Also on the left side we have three toolbars on the right, and at the top we have main menu and the toolbars at the top as well. Now before we move on to our next lesson, there is another important concept that I want you to recall from our previous discussion. Remember, we said that the EPS is a group of projects that have the common characteristics, and it is similar like a program. Now, a program is also defined as that it's a group of related projects that are managed centrally. In other words, we can have many sub-EPS under a certain EPS, and similarly, we can have sub-programs under a certain program. And this is what you are seeing here in the project view screen. Now, please note that under main or root level EPS called enterprise, we have sub-enterprise project structure or EPS, which are engineering and construction, energy EPS, manufacturing, product development EPS, corporate programs EPS, and finally the IT or the information technology EPS. Now, if we observe here that under product development EPS, we have product program 1 and the product program 2, and similarly the corporate programs EPS, it also has two programs under it, which are in-flight projects and proposed opportunities. Please remember that every program will have a different set of projects under it. The product program 1, we will have a different set of projects under it. The product program 1, we will have different set of projects, while the product program 2, it has the different set of projects. Okay, I hope the concept, program, and the EPS, it is clear to you now. You now know the similarities between the program and the EPS. We can also divide our Primavera P6 working screen into two parts, that are top layout and the bottom layout. The top layout, it consists of the table view and the Gantt chart view, while the bottom layout, it shows the detailed form. Please note that we can always display or hide the Gantt chart view and the detailed form as needed. Now, to hide the Gantt chart view, let's click on View menu and Show on the top. Let's select the option Table from here. Now, you see the Gantt chart is disappeared from the top layout. Now, in order to display it again, let's click on View, Show on top, and let's click on Gantt chart. You see the Gantt chart is back. Similarly, exactly the same way, we can hide the bottom layout or the detailed form from the View menu. Let's click on View, and here let's click on Show on bottom, and in the Show on bottom I will select No bottom layout. Now to display it back, I can click on View, Show on the bottom, and Details. And this is how we can hide or display the Gantt chart view from the top layout and the details form from the bottom layout as needed. Now, have you observed that we have nothing displayed in the Gantt chart view? Now, if you come across a situation like this, then simply double click anywhere in the Gantt chart view area, like I'm doing here. You see, it has started showing the bars of all the projects that are showing in the left side in the table view. And every bar in the Gantt chart view is showing the start and the end date of every project in the left side in the table view. So do you have any idea that why do we use the bar charts or the Gantt chart view? Gantt charts are used to track the durations of the projects, starts and end dates, activities durations, and activity starts and end dates. And these are also used to show the relationship between the different project activities that exist in the project schedule. Another important point that if the Gantt chart, if the bars in the Gantt chart are not getting displayed properly, then from the top in the toolbar, we can use the zoom in and the zoom out buttons to adjust the bars as needed. Similarly, if we move our cursor in the timeline, let's say on the 2011 or 2011, you see this cursor symbol changes to the hand-like symbols. And if we keep our left mouse button pressed and move our mouse in the left and right side, you see, so the Gantt chart view is moving on the left and right side, and we can adjust it accordingly as per our requirements. Now, if we move our cursor to the next line, on the Q1, Q2, Q3, etc., the cursor symbol changes to similar like magnifying glass. Now, if we in the same position, if you press our left mouse button and keep it pressed, move our mouse left and right, and this way we can also adjust the Gantt chart view as needed. So what we have learned here that the Gantt chart is used to show the duration of projects, activities, start and end dates, and in the Gantt view we can zoom in or zoom out, and we can compress the Gantt chart view as needed. Now in the bottom, the detail view, the main objective of the detail view is to show us and provide details such as project ID, project name, responsible manager, project start, and project end dates. And it also shows the other default options for any item or project that is selected in the table view. Other than that, in the projects view, we have list of all the projects that are shown for the organization called Arba Incorporated. Now, in the window, we have a diamond or a triangle-like symbol here that represents the EPS or enterprise project structure. And the folder-like symbol, it represents the project. If the symbol is like an open folder, that means the particular project is opened in the Primavera P6 database. Now this minus sign shows that all the projects under that particular EPS are shown or expanded. Now if you click on this minus symbol, it changes to the plus sign. That means all the projects under Energy Services EPS are collapsed. Remember from our previous discussion that EPS or Enterprise Project Structure is a group of related projects that are having common characteristics, and these projects which are having common characteristics are managed by the same team or the department. Please also remember that in our case the root level EPS is Arba Incorporated, and under root level EPS we have 4 sub EPSs that are Energy and Construction, Energy Services, Manufacturing, and Information Technology. Energy and Construction EPS, it has 4 projects. Energy Services, it has 3 projects. Similarly, Manufacturing has also 3 projects under it. And finally, the Information Technology EPS, it has 4 projects under it. Please note that every enterprise project structure or EPS, it has a list of projects that are related or having the common characteristics. For example, the Engineering and Construction EPS, it has all the projects that are related to the construction only. Similarly, the Energy Services EPS, it has all the projects that are related to the energy sector only. Similarly, the Manufacturing EPS, it has the 3 projects related to the manufacturing sector. And the Information Technology EPS, it has all the projects that are related to the IT only. Okay, so from all this discussion, what we have learned here that the Primavera P6 initial working screen, that we can divide it into 3 parts, the table view, Gantt chart view, and the details view. Also, we can divide the main screen into top layout and the bottom layout. We have quick access toolbars, and these toolbars are used to have quick access to any of the Primavera P6 most commonly used functions. Then we have main menu at the top, which provides us the complete functionality and all the commands that are available in the Oracle Primavera P6 software. Okay, so that's it about this lecture. Let's move to our next lesson now.